So, good evening and welcome to Sober and Smiling. My name is Rob.
I'm Nick.
Yes, welcome to episode 48. Nearly at the half century, which is brilliant. So we just got me and Nick here today. A few people are just off or away or busy, so yeah, we'll carry on as we are. So just a quick update, really. I hope you listened to Nick's update. Nick put a separate one online Saturday. What platforms did you put it on?
Put it on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and I've shared it around on Facebook.
Cool. So yes, it's basically just a reminder that in the next coming weeks we're going to be trying to interview people, so different people. It's not a Zoom chat, but it's a bit like that. It's called Rivercast, but yeah, more upcoming on that. But yes, keep an eye out for that. That'd be good. And we obviously want people, we want subjects and some interviews and stuff. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. So yes, we are episode 48. Is it?
48? Yes, 48.
Sorry, my brain's gone. I've been busy at work and it's just a nightmare. So next subject. So we're gonna kick off with guilt and shame. So guilt versus shame. Obviously, we've all got our own opinions. So when I think of guilt versus shame, guilt is for me, guilt is the good part. Although, can you really say guilt's the good part? But guilt's the positive part. Shame is the negative part for me in recovery. So if I look back at my time in active addictions, I can pinpoint certain things that I've done. Obviously, I've done a lot wrong. We all did. I wasn't a very nice person. I treated people quite nastily. I only thought myself. Obviously, the classic stuff. I woke up in some horrible situations and some police cells and completely strangers' places and whatever it was. For me, I can look back on those individual things and feel guilty for them. Feel guilty for my part in it. Feel guilty for how I portrayed myself, how I was. The shame part of it for me, I don't personally agree with. I know there's a lot of organisations out there, and there's a lot of meetings and stuff like that want you to be in shame for the rest of your life. They want you to be shameful of your actions. I'm not shameful of my actions, to be honest with you. It might be quite blunt, it might be quite controversial, but I'm not shameful of anything I've done in my life. I'm guilty for certain things I've done in my life, but I'm not shameful. And I don't intend to look back on my life and go and be in that, because for me shame is like self-pity. Shame just wants to keep you low, and if you're shameful about something, then you're embarrassed of it. You're just the whole perspective of shame is wrong.
Yeah.
And it keeps you in a certain place and a certain mind frame that you're not right. Well, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I'm not shameful of what I've done, and I've done some fucking horrible stuff in my time. Some absolute nasty stuff. And I presume some people can look at that and go, well, you should be fucking shameful of how you treated that person, or why you ended up in wherever you ended up. But no, I'm not, to be honest with you. I take everything that I've done in my past life, and I look back on it, and I've dealt with it. I've dealt with all of that shit, and I've made my amends, and certain amends to certain people, and I've moved on. So no, I'm not going to be shameful of anything. I am who I am, and if to be blunt, if people don't like it, they can fuck off. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't care what anybody fucking thinks, to be honest with you.
I know what you're saying, mate. And I've kind of got the same feelings for you about it. For me, guilt is guilt is more is like, I call it like a passive feeling. Like we all feel guilty whether we've done something wrong, or we think, oh, I should have done something like this or something like that, or things we did in like when we were in active addiction. Like for me, guilt was always when I wake up in the morning when I've been on a bender the night before and I'm like, oh God, what have I done? You know, I've woken up from a blackout. I'm like, Christ, what have I done? And all this, you know, I'm checking. Oh, like I always say, check my wallet, check everything else,
Yeah.
check my phone, whether I'd messaged anybody when I was drunk. You know, or when I was still with my mum and dad, I'd feel guilty if I've annoyed them or something like that. But I was thinking guilt can be a passing feeling.
Yeah.
And that guilt can be a passing feeling. You feel it for a bit, you feel bad for a bit, but you move on from it. Shame obviously is a little deeper, whereas shame is when you know, like you said, when you've fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, when you've really done something bad, and everybody's just looking at you, just like shaking heads, and you've got no answer for it, and you're like, oh God, and it's one of those things that could be with you for a while. And that, which, to be fair, where I differ a little from you is, yes, there was some stuff that I was quite shameful about when I first came recovery and I sat back and I looked back at some of the things I did. I was like, I did feel a bit ashamed of that. But I also agree with someone you said, and that is, you can't dwell on it. You can't dwell on. My personal thing is you can't dwell on it because if you, like anything, if you live in the past, you stay there.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel these things. Me personally, I think it's okay to feel these things for a while when you're first in recovery, because you're acknowledging your previous behaviour and that. But whatever you don't dwell on them, because like I said, you live in the past, you'll stay there. And you're right, there's organisations and stuff like that that do want you to live in shame and constantly, you know, like a constant state of repentance.
Yeah.
For that, and constantly thinking of all these things. But
yeah, we know who they are.
Yeah, of course we know
who they are.
We know they are. But the thing with, like I said, the thing with shame, I can't say enough, is yes, it's a bad thing and that, but you have to move on from it. You can't dwell on it. You can only acknowledge, you can acknowledge it, so say, okay, fair do, I've done it, but I need to move on. You know, if you've got to make amends for those things, you know, by making apologies and that, fair enough. You know, make those apologies, make them once.
Yeah.
Make them once. Don't sit there and repeat yourself 100 times because, again, you're living in the past.
Well, shame wants you stuck in the past, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It wants you.
Shame wants you basically to constantly think over all those things, and like I say, in a constant state of repentance.
Yeah, and then you are going to slip.
Oh yeah. You might as well just put a timer on it.
Yeah.
If you acknowledge it and sort it, and make those apologies or whatever you've got to do, good. Good. And if people say, okay, fair enough, you accept your apology, brilliant. If they don't, then that's on them. At least you tried.
Yeah.
At least you've tried. You've made the effort to do it. And you can't keep at it. Don't beg people for it. Make it once, forget about it after that, because you've got to move forward. Simple as.
Yeah, so I don't see how people move on from shame. If you truly in a bout of depression and stuff, and you got shame, I don't see how you move on from that, because I don't see how shame, if you're that shameful of something, then you can move on. Guilt, yes, because you can deal with it, and that's part of recovery. Is you have to deal with it, but I don't see how you deal with shame, because that just I don't see where the line is stopped. I mean, it's just my opinion, the way I feel. I just don't see how you can get past being shameful, and then you're constantly stuck in this ever fucking revolving door of you're not going to deal with it. I don't see how you move past it. Guilt, we can all deal with guilt. There's it's not fucking easy. Recovery is the not putting down the drink or the drugs or anything like that, because that's fucking piece of piss.
Yeah.
That's the easy part. There'll be people sitting here and go, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. That's the easy part. And once you're in recovery, you'll see that's like.
It's only like the smallest fraction.
I think it's about a month's work.
Yeah.
And that belittles it really, because it's hard, but that belittles it because it's like a month's work of getting that substance out of your body. The rest of it is what's going on in your head. And we have to deal with all that shit. We have to deal with the guilt. And the shame part of it is, I think it just takes it to a different level. I don't know. I don't think I've done anything that I'm shameful of, because I'm a fucking human being. I make mistakes. That nobody's perfect, and I don't. Everybody does something wrong. Everybody, and you can be guilty of that, and you can move past it, and we do that on a daily basis. I mean, every single day, I'm sure I'm guilty of something. In fact, I know I am. I'm guilty of somebody cutting me up and me calling them a wanker. I'm guilty of coming across rude, and there's I'm always coming across rude, I think, because for me, I take this shit seriously, and I am honest to a fault, to a point where it becomes, I think, rudeness, or people see it as rudeness.
I think that's how a person can perceive different people. I mean, to me, you are just no, you're you. You know, I suppose it sounds. It depends.
Way of putting that.
Yeah, no, it's like I grew up right. No, you're a builder. My family are all, especially from my dad's family, they're all like plumbers, mechanics.
Yeah.
No, they're all working class people. If I'm honest with you, I've heard more. I've got aunties and uncles who make you look like a saint. Some of them are like on a level of Afghan and stuff like that, without going too far into it. You know, as far as just being brutal and honest and saying what they think. No, but
you've got
it's
to,
just how
in this world, you've got to be the person you are. You've got to be. Don't put airs and graces, and don't put this. I mean, I spent my whole life in recovery putting a mask on and pretending that I'm this other person. I mean, not to be flash or anything like that, but I pretended to be normal. So for 30 odd years, I put a mask on to pretend to be a normal person, and I try to fit in with the rest of the world. Well, that's not me. And in recovery, you get to see the real me. And if you don't, I don't care whether people like it or not, to be honest with you. I am just me.
They say you find, once you come into recovery and you get that time, you find out who you are. Who the person you are. I mean, if you were to see me out there when I was still drinking, there were times that I was big, jolly jovial, the big joker. But the truth is, I'm a very quiet person by nature.
See, I think we all are.
I enjoy what I'm enjoying that. I'm not a big flash person or anything like that. I'm just me. I don't try and be anything else but me. But like I said, when you come into recovery and you start discovering who you are, you do. I mean, there are times where I look back at traits when I used to drink and I'm like, why did I act like that? But we all know that's because of the influence of the drug and the drink, whatever it was. And that.
I think it's a lot to do with like insecurities as well. I mean, I'll be honest, I've got no real insecurities about myself and the way I deal with things and how I act. I see a lot of people out there, and yeah, I mean, for me, you either fucking, I'm sort of like Marmite, you either like me or you don't. Yeah. But for me, it's just like, I'll go into a room of people and there'll be the normal people that are loud and brash and have got a lot to say and will talk the hind legs off a donkey. And for me, I see those people as insecure.
Yeah.
Because of the loud, again, for me, and if you are these type of people, then I apologise, but I think the more people have got to say and the louder people are, the more insecure they are.
Oh yeah.
They're hiding stuff.
It's like they're like having to project themselves and announce themselves all the time because they want to be heard.
Yeah.
And they've got to be the centre of attention.
When deep inside, I mean, I did it for, like I say, I fucking did it all my life. But deep inside, they're fucking broken, and I just don't get it.
It's the way you can get it. I mean, obviously what I do now is different to what I did most of my life. I worked in pubs and all that most of my life, and I put this like mask on of this, really jolly sort of fast talk, not fast talk, very quipped, sarcastic barman, and that just because it's what people wanted. It's what you thought. You go into a pub, you see a barman, he's got a quick joke, going, "Hey, mate, how you going? How you doing?" Someone tries ribbing, you give it them straight back, and
I don't mind all of that. I mean, once you
just
know
constant
somebody,
banter and that. Whereas sometimes, but when I look back at some of that and the things I said and done to people, I'm just like, why did I say those things?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm with people, say I'm playing golf and stuff, and with like people like Jay and stuff like that, it's we have a massive laugh and we take the piss out of each other, and we're probably quite loud and everything else, but we're in a group that we know.
Yeah.
So I don't. I mean, this is coming up, so if my wife's watching this, she'll be pissed herself. This is coming up, so I'm going away on holiday in sort of like 3 or 4 weeks' time. And we decided that we're not going to go all inclusive. We're going to go to this adults only hotel. There's no kids because I can't. And I'm sorry, but I can't stand kids on holiday. They just do me head in. And I'm not one of these people. You sit around the pool and they've got these entertainment fucking staff and stuff, and they come round like 6 times a fucking day. Do you want to go and play fucking dart? No, I don't. Fuck off. Do you want to go? No, I don't. Just.
Do you want to do archery? Do you want to do?
No, I don't. I just want to fucking lay here, mate. I hate to lay here. I'll lay here. I don't. But I'm not one of these people that want to jump in and join in and be happy and jolly and play all these stupid little games. I'm quite happy. I paid here to sit here. I want to sit here. And then they'll have a group of fucking people. Like they'll then spend the rest of the holiday with Dave and fucking Pam from wherever it is, from Northampton or wherever. And they'll be best friends, and it's just like, why? I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's just like I can't be asked with that sort of shit. It's like I'll say hello to somebody, and this is why I'm going to an adults only hotel. It's not fucking swingers hotel, but it's like an adults only hotel.
I can't help but admit, I thought when you first said it, I was like,
no, it's not. It's just no kids, and it's just adults only. But I know for a full fact we'll go there, and because it's adults only, there'll be dickheads there that will just want to chat and they want to be your best friend. And it's just like, mate, I don't know you. Don't fucking do small talk. I'm not insecure enough to be shouting and fucking hollering or trying to make jokes. And it's just like, if I want to talk to you, I'll say hello to you, and I'll be nice to you. But that's it. That's where I draw the line. If I want to then spend the rest of my fucking holiday with you, then I'll come to you, mate. But it's just, I don't. And for me, I see all those sort of people as insecure. I see your insecurities because you're not happy within yourself, and that for me is what I see. I might have it completely wrong, but I am happy in my life. I'm extremely sort of like calm and I wouldn't go spiritual or zen or whatever, but I am content and happy in my life. I like the person I am. I like the company I keep. I don't need to put on this fake image anymore. And it's such a fucking relief because I've done that for 30 years. I don't need to do it now.
Oh God, it's liberating. Absolutely liberating. when you finally get recovery time, like I say, you discover who you are in that, and you just take the mask off and go, that's it. I'm not wearing that bastard anymore.
Yeah.
But then you could just be you, just be yourself, and you can be who you really are, who you are as a person. Some people might like it, some people might not.
I know a lot of
And
people
you
don't
know,
like it. They think I'm an arrogant fucking crap that's got a chip on his shoulder or something just because I don't want to talk to him. And it's just like, no, you can have it more wrong. You really can have it more wrong. I'm at peace in my life. For once in my life, I'm at peace. And I'm at peace with what I do and how I do it and everything else. And I will say this, without understanding recovery and without even doing the 12 steps, I wouldn't be in this place. I really wouldn't. If I wouldn't have stopped drinking and stopped using, I would not, I'd be like in a mental institution. I would not have this calmness, this belief in myself that I have today. So, I mean, we used to go to a lot of meetings and stuff, and
Yeah.
we always used to hear people saying, you know, I'm a grateful addict. But today, fuck me, yeah, I am. I'm a really grateful person that I've gone through the shit I've gone through and gone into recovery and understood myself as a person and done things like the 12 steps and made amends to the people, looked at my past misdemeanors and stuff like that and dealt with them. Because nobody does. If you don't come into recovery, I mean, who does? Who does any of that shit?
Yeah. You could, to really get the scope on all this stuff. I always say people, like we've actually both said this, there should be a thing where people do a 12-step thing.
Yeah.
And just to take an understanding of what it's like. Look, I'm not saying you have to be an addict or an alcoholic to do it, but it's a good thing in general because it gets you can do it and you can hold a lot of accountability for yourself. And that just by doing some of the steps. And look at the way you've been in the past and have some reflection time and think, oh, you know, maybe some people would say, go, oh yeah, actually, some of this makes sense. Maybe I was that sort of person. And that.
Well, yeah, nobody that's not in recovery would do what people in recovery do.
No.
Absolutely none of them. None of them would go through their complete life and pick out the worst moments and deal with them, not just by making amends to people, because that's not even 10% of it. It's understanding your part in it and sort of
holding yourself accountable.
Yeah, making amends to yourself about what you've done and everything else. It's not really anything to do with anybody else.
No.
But nobody does that. And I'm grateful that we do that. I'm fucking grateful that we've all done that because I have peace today. I really do have. I heard it. We used to hear it quite a lot in meetings that you'd get these old times going on at peace and stuff, and I used to sit back and go, "You're a fucking lying bastard."
Yes.
There's absolutely no way you're just spouting off about some shit. But I am totally. And if everybody did it out there, then perhaps I wouldn't fucking meet people like, I don't know, Darren in a fucking on holiday shouting and screaming in a fucking swimming pool because he's pissed up and he's loud and everything else, or some twat on an aeroplane that's fucking. People just. I've got to admit, I think I'm just a miserable old bastard. People just annoy me.
The thing is on holidays, even I've got that. I mean, when I went to Greece earlier in the year, they were very nice.
Yeah.
And that, but I can attract some absolute praises. And my biggest thing is with stuff like this, because, you know, my heavy metal bands, and I wear a lot of band t-shirts, as you probably see in every video. I've always got a different one of them.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
And people come up to me, it's like, oh, you're so-and-so. Like, oh, you like so-and-so? Yeah, I like him. And next minute, I've had people come in and then try and sit with me for half an hour, give me a full lecture and rundown of this band, like I know everything you're saying. And like, oh, I love this. Do you know this? Did you know this? Yeah, I've seen them 5 times. Well, What do you need to tell me?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think I'm a bit fucking strange. Or I think I don't know. I wouldn't dream of going up to anybody and speaking to them like that.
It's very
Sort of invading people's spaces. It's just like I don't get it, and
yeah.
I don't do small talk. I don't understand small talk. I think I've got something wrong in the head. I don't understand people that do small talk. It's just like.
If you got something to say, just say it.
Well, it's not even that. I'll say hello to people and I'll be nice and I'll put my thumb up and I'll wave and everything else. But then people have this obsession with coming over and talking about shit, like the weather and fucking.
Oh God!
It's just like, why? I don't know you. I'm not going to talk to you again. I don't. Why? Why are you talking to me? And that sounds really rude, doesn't it? It sounds like I'm an arsehole. But it's just like, I don't need to talk to you. Why do I need your life story? Why do I need to talk about the weather? Why do I need to fucking... I don't get it. My missus is complete opposite, which is lovely, but she's totally opposite. She'll talk to anybody. And people shopping in Tesco's and stuff. And she'll talk to the cashier or whatever. And she'll have this long chat. And I'm going, babe, shush. She's going, what? I'm going, shush, she just wanted me to pay. And now you're 5 minutes down the road and I ain't even fucking paid yet. So but it's just, yeah, different horses for different courses or whatever. But yeah, it's just, I don't get it. But I'm happy I don't get it. So don't think I'm a miserable old bastard. I sort of am, but I'm happy in my life. I don't get it.
We could also have a different podcast, the Two Miserable Bastards podcast.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've got, as everybody knows, sort of like by now, I'm quite outspoken and I've got a lot to say, and I don't shut up.
Change from sober and smiling to recovery and resentful.
Yeah. Yeah. But there again, I mean, it's a bit of a weird one because if anybody knows me, if anybody out there sort of like knows me, and they watch this, they'll go, I've never heard you actually speak so much. Because I don't.
No.
Because I am this person that goes, that sort of shies away from fucking small talk, and it's just like, if I've got something to say, I'll say it, but it'll be short and sweet. It won't be anything. And on this, as my missus keeps saying, she keeps saying, you need to shut up and let other people talk. Because I'll talk about this subject for hours and hours and hours because it A, fascinates me, and B, it's sort of like 80% of my recovery.
Yeah.
And I only do it once a week.
Yeah. So I love doing stuff. I know sometimes people say the opposite of me. People say, oh, you don't talk enough on it. So, sometimes I like listening to what other people say.
Yeah.
You know, getting other people's perspectives and other people's stories and stuff like that. I know it's usually us four and that, but you know, I like to sit back and listen just to hear other people's perspective.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
yeah.
It's what you're comfortable with. It used to make me laugh. This is totally off subject, but it used to make me laugh. The best way to make a group of recovering addicts fucking nervous in a meeting is don't say anything.
True.
Because it's fucking hilarious. It really is. It's just, I used to go to obviously meetings all the time. And if nobody speaks and it goes deathly silence, I'm sitting there going, oh, this is absolutely lovely, because my head's finally shut off. I'm a recovering sort of like addict. My head's finally, there's nothing there anymore. It's not going 100 miles an hour. So I quite like it nice and silent.
Even though you look around the room and everyone's sitting there like, should I put it now?
Everybody's legs. Watch everybody's legs. They're all going like that.
Either that or it's
like
that with the tapping on the table.
And it's like, has anybody got anything to say? And this is after like 5 seconds. It's just like, mate, it's been 5 seconds. We don't. What's the problem?
We don't need a full share just yet.
No, it makes me laugh. But yeah, if you're ever in a meeting, try not to say anything. And if nobody speaks for about 5 seconds, go and look under the table and watch everybody's legs, because they're as nervous as hell. And it's like, you haven't got that. To me, it's like, you all haven't got recovery yet. You need to be comfortable in your own thoughts and your own skin. And I used to obviously run meetings and stuff, and I was quite happy just sat there in silence with everybody for about 5-10 minutes. Like it was near the end of the meeting, and everybody had their say. Uh, and and normally you'd get the chairperson or whatever. Then keep going. Oh, has anybody got anything to say? Is anybody want to do another show? Anybody want to come back in? We've got 5 minutes, and then they'd quit because everybody was nervous, and they'd close the meeting early. Oh, I'll fucking leave it open until the end of it.
No, I used to like it sometimes when we did it, and we used to freestyle it. You know, if everyone had shared what they'd got off the chest of that week, you know, then we'd just throw a recovery topic out. Said, oh, if you heard about those, the next minute, the moment you start a general conversation instead of focusing all on like the whole recovery thing.
Yeah.
But you know, keep it about recovery, but just someone says, oh, have you heard about so and so? Then all of a sudden everyone joins in, and then all of a sudden you find, I always found more people relaxed.
Yeah.
And more people joined in. You even had people who would come to the meetings who were really quiet, but the moment you start, as I called it, a freestyle conversation about recovery and just said, oh God, I remember when I was, and you get people, and then every now and again we talk about the daft things you did in recovery, and that would have a bit of laugh. Then all of a sudden people would join in, and oh, I remember one time, people who usually would not say boo to a goose.
Because you just kept it normal.
Yeah, because you kept it on a normal level.
It's not like we're all fucking worried about what you're saying, and it has to be politically correct, and it has to be in the book, and it has to be part of this, and it has to be. It's just normal, and that's all it fucking needs. But anyway, we're as usual. I've spoken far too much. My voice is going, and we're out of time. So yeah, no, that was a good one. Cheers, Nick. So yes. Please have a like, please have a share. Please bear in mind that we want people to come on. Maybe it'll stop me talking so we can get some interviews done, and I'll just shut up in the background and we'll go from there. Because it's a learning thing. I learn every day. And like you said, it's nice to listen. And I used to love listening to shows. But at the moment, I just can't shut this up. So, and my ear's gone a bit weird. Look,
but also, like we said, we want people to come on here, and we want people of all, all races, sexualities, religions, anyone who's got a different story, because everyone's story is different, but different things are done differently in different cultures. And
I
remember, I would say one of the best ones I ever heard was when we went to Boston, and there was I think it was an Indian fella coming, and he was telling us about his recovery and that, and he was telling how things went, how it was kept around in his culture, and I was fascinated. I was like, wow, I didn't realise these things were, things happens, and this
we
is how
learn something fucking new all the
with
time. No matter how long we're in this, we want to hear different people, different stories, different backgrounds, everything else, because we're not, no two persons the same. So yes, we're way out of time. So thank you for listening. Please just have a like, have a share, and get in touch, because we need those people to come on and have a chat. So thank you for tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
Cheers, guys.
Bye bye.